All right, another fun Christmas card is coming your way in this video. Look at these beautiful dies that Spellbinders just released. They sent these over to me to create with. I am obsessed. It is a little tree-shaped Mary and then we have a little additional sub-sentiment that either says bright or wishes, and then of course a coordinating die to cut out either of those two. Then of course the coordinating die for our little tree here. So many things you could do. Initially I was thinking about doing a shaker card, then I was going to do a little inlay and cut all of these out of different colored cardstock pieces, but I have another idea that I really want to see come to life, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. So let's grab some cardstock and let's get really colorful. I think this is gonna be gorgeous. Okay, I have some colored cardstock here. And I'm going to get an idea for how big this die is. So I don't think I'm going to need the shadow layer. I think, let's see, we have it's about 2.5 inches. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do, I think I'm going to do 3/8 of an inch. I know I don't want it to be a 1/2 inch. I don't think I want it to be a 1/4. So let's do 3/8. So I will go ahead and cut out, yes, I think that will be super nice, those strips. Okay, let's do 3/8 of an inch. I think that will work, but we'll see in just a moment. Okay, so I did 3/8 of an inch with all of my pieces of cardstock. Now what I need to do is, I think I need to actually build my card base. Actually, just kidding. I think I need to trim down my card panel first. And let's go ahead and take off, why don't I try doing this at 3 3/4 by 5 inches. Now this is just 80-pound cardstock. So we will do 3 3/4. I think that will look nice by 5 inches. Let's scoot that up. Because I want to have a really thick kind of margin around. Oh, I think that's going to be good. I could probably go, actually, I could probably go a tad skinnier. Let's try doing 3.5. So I'll do another 1/4 of an inch by 4 3/4. Okay, let's see how that looks. Oh, I like that. I think that looks very nice. Okay. Okay, I have my little cutting plates here with my Platinum 6. And what I need to do is just make sure that this is placed perfectly on my panel here. So I'll secure it with some tape. I think that looks good. Do a little double adhesive there just to make sure. Now, because this is my card panel, I don't want to have any of my cutting marks from my plates get on or press into my actual paper. So I am simply going to grab just a scrap piece of cardstock here, place that on top, and that will just be a little barrier so that my little scratchy plates don't imprint onto my paper. Okay, so then, now this will ruin the paper, right? So see what the die did there? Which is just fine, you can use it for scraps still. But now my paper doesn't have any marks on it. So let's go ahead and very gently, look at, there's our letters. Now you can keep the letters for another project. I don't need them for this particular project because I'm just creating some little openings. But let's see if I can gently remove this. There we go. Now, do I need any of, I'm probably, oh, you know, you could or you couldn't. So I was kind of thinking out loud there. You could keep all these little innards, right? Like the middle of the R and the other R and then the little ampersand, but I think I'm going to keep it like that. I think that that's super fun. And because I want this to be super dimensional in a bit, so adding those would just be a little too tricky, and you'll see it all come together. So I'll place those letters to the side so I can keep them for a later project. But now we are ready for building the card base because we're going to assemble all of our pieces on the actual card base. So I have my Score Buddy, and then this time I have 110-pound cardstock. I'll do a top folding A2 size card. So this initial piece of cardstock is going to be 11 by 4 1/4, and then I will grab the little scoring tool and place a score mark right at 5 1/2. Okay, let's place that to the side, and there is our top folding A2 card. Now we're going to have fun gluing some paper strips, and what I want to do here is let's secure this down really good. I need to get an idea. So this is going to go here. I need to get an idea for where my little paper strips need to go. So in order to kind of get myself organized here, let's first of all make sure that I do indeed have enough paper strips and color to cover this. Okay. Oh, I think I'm just about perfect. Oh, I hope so. Goodness gracious. Am I just shy? Just a tad? Ugh. Okay, let me grab. Now it's what color to add. I like the idea of adding, I think this is sea glass. Is this sea glass? Let's add this. I think it's still going to make it super wintry. So I'll add that and it'll go there. Okay, I like that. So what I'll do here is get a general idea of where these need to go. That looks great. And let's make sure they're pushed up against one another. Everything's covered. I think what I'll do is just add a tiny little pencil, and go from there. I can actually add it to the bottom too, and I'll just erase these later. Okay, there. So now I can take off my panel, and I have my little notches there telling me where I need to focus my little paper strips. So we'll start with this red, and I want to get this really straight. And it doesn't matter how big you make this. In fact, I'm going to freehand this just like that. Okay. And then what I can do is just line that up there. Now, I want to make sure before I continue, oh, that looks very nice. Okay, so there is our first color. And I think that looks pretty straight there too. Okay, so just go ahead and continue adding my little strips. I think I'll try to do my best to line them up at the top, and then I'll just trim off the bottom. Okay, there's our next color. It's pretty green. I think this was a great addition of color. It's gonna add some fun there. Okay, I think that looks really nice. Now, let's take this. I think I need to trim a couple at the top. In fact, what I'm gonna do is I just got them a tad misaligned. Not misaligned, but I didn't line them up the best I could at the top, and I'd rather just, the other ones are just so thoughtfully placed. I'm gonna just redo that. Bring that down just a little bit. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to take my paper trimmer. You could also use scissors, and why not? Let's just do that. Just going to turn that around so I can see where I'm cutting. And there we go. Okay, so this is going to be my card panel. So now what I'll do is place that right on there, and look how pretty that is. Isn't that fun? And I don't want to just place it down. That's pretty, but if you bring it up, I think that just adds such a wow factor. So the dimension is needed here, in my opinion. Okay, so I'm going to add that dimension with foam squares. I thought I was going to need the little ones, but I think I'm just good with that. I feel as if this die set is so versatile because there's so many options. You could do, again, you could do the paper piecing where you place different colored pieces inside of each opening. You could do a shaker card because this provides a really fun little open element. So just put some acetate on the back of this and then create a shaker. So many fun things. You could just cut out the letters and then glue the letters to your cardstock. So many ways you could run with this, which makes it for a fun little piece to have in your craft room because I feel like this would never get boring. Okay, let's place this. Oh, let's do my pencil marks though. Okay, those are off. And now I love how you get so much of each color, and then by trimming down that panel and giving such a wide margin, then you can appreciate the color along the sides as well. How pretty. This is hands down going to be the perfect sequins for finishing off this card, and I'll link this as well as everything else that I'm using down below. Oh, I need to do a sub-sentiment. Goodness gracious. I got ahead of myself there. Let's see where we want to put this. Mary and, ooh, I'm liking this. Mary and Bright. I think that's fun. Okay, let's go ahead and, what do we want to cut this out of? I almost wonder if this would be super pretty. Let's try this. So I believe we could probably just tape these together, and I'm just going to use the area that wasn't all embossed. And let's see if we can tape this together and run it through all at the same time. Okay, that looks good, and I'm going to just place a generous amount of tape all the way over that, and I'll run that through my die cut machine. And here's our final little piece. Oh, how cute is that? And I actually really like it because, I mean, I don't think it would look good in white, and I don't know. I just feel like that complements it pretty well. Oh, but because I just have to try, let me try it with the white. Okay. It's hard not to give yourself the options. Oh, okay. Let me know what you would do in the comments, but I think I'm gonna do the white. Now, yeah, I think I am. Both would be pretty, but this is where it's at for me. Let me add, I'm gonna do these foam strips. And let's see if I have a thicker one. I do. This is a nice thick piece. Just place this right along the back, just like that. Okay. And then trim that off. I feel like you can't go wrong with either the craft or the white. So really just bring your style in for this last little sub-sentiment. Okay. I do want Mary Ann. I think you can still appreciate the and there. Maybe if I even bring it down a little bit. Yeah, I like that. So there is my little sub-sentiment there. Well, it's not really a sub-sentiment, but it's like a continuation of the sentiment. Okay, I like that. On to finishing off the card with a little sequins. This is a fun kind of iridescent sequins. It's so pretty. I feel like I use this over and over again and it just never disappoints. It's so nice. I'll do this one here and then let me grab one like that. Okay, pretty. Okay, let's just place these right on down. I love the additional shine, as subtle as it is. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. It adds to the playfulness of this card. This is more of a very fun holiday card, which I really prefer. I prefer the nice fun ones. Okay, so there is our final card. I have to say, I think this is a favorite for this winter season. This just turned out way too cute. So absolutely love this. Let me know if you're gonna give this a try. Even if you don't have this particular die set, you can do this technique with just about any die set that you have. So this is very, very fun, very quick and easy to do. In real time, I am at 29 minutes and 48 seconds. Of course, I'll trim this video down, but I had a couple moments where I changed my mind and had to retrim out things, so that added to my time, but I think that this really is a very fun card that you could mass produce. Very easy. Grab your little scrap paper because this is very, very good use of using all of those little tiny pieces. All right, everyone, let's craft again soon. I'll see you in the next video.